name is Rebecca, Never Becky, and today guys, I want to talk about the beauty community. And if you are a part of the beauty community, you want to watch this video. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on where I think the beauty community is going on YouTube and TikTok. Go ahead and click subscribe, guys. I know you're watching and you're interested, so let's go ahead and get into this video. So the first thing I want to talk about with you is the fact that I feel like the beauty community on YouTube has fallen off tremendously bad. I don't know what it is or what's going on, or if we're just not looking for any more makeup artists. But I don't feel like it's fair for people like myself who's been on YouTube since 2017, and it's really hard for me to now punch the gear sometimes, or at least have the energy to punch gears and just go and trying to like aim for my goals these days, simply because I just feel like it's so overly saturated that we don't have any room to breathe. We just have to come being perfect or having an outlandish personality. And for me, I'm a very calm person who of course is a little goofy. I like to joke around, and I just feel like that's no longer acceptable as a personality, you know, or just to be your true authentic self without having to add layers to yourself. That's really probably not really who you are. I feel the pressure every time I get up here and I record a video. I just feel like I have to do something else, or I have to do more to have people recognize me and my talent, when really I just want to make my, you know, channel, my platform just simply about me and my makeup and my talent. And I feel I just feel like I have to do a lot more and give you guys the, you know, a whole show. And I remember when I joined YouTube back in 2017, it was really easy for me to get on here and just be myself and not feel pressure and just do it. And now it's just a different like tone here. It's so negative as well. So I'm gonna kind of like go into a little more, you know, details with you guys of how I feel about the beauty community versus TikTok when it's concerning the beauty community. I definitely feel like when it comes to TikTok, you can definitely grow there a lot faster because it's genuine. You are getting views because it's genuine, versus like YouTube. It's a whole like, I don't know how there's a science to it, basically. You know, it's just basically here, it's a science to everything you're doing, what's trending, what's not trending. It's also very political here. And I remember there was a time that I never felt any pressure. And I also feel that because we have the OGs still here, we're not willing to let other people in and let them shine and let them be great. There is so many underrated makeup artists that are on TikTok that are not being seen, and it's like, where is, you know, all the support for them? I feel personally like, you know, we haven't really let go the toxic MUAs that have come through, and I'm going to name some that I personally feel that are just a bit toxic, and it put a bad reputation on the makeup industry. I'm going to start with my number one hitter quitter is Jeffree Stars. Like, I can genuinely say I never got into the wave of him. Not at that time, of course, he wasn't doing anything, but I just didn't relate to it. I didn't like it. It was just something about it all. I just didn't like it. And I'm just kind of the type of person, if everyone is finding it a wave, like, oh yeah, you gotta get, I'm the type of person who's like, I'll wait. And this is probably why I don't, you know, go for trends. I don't try to do things like that, because I am that girl who wants to see the reviews after the fact. And then, to be quite honest, another reason why I never bought anything from Jeffree Stars, by the time I really cared to buy anything from Jeffree Stars, a lot of drama started coming out about him. So it was kind of like, I'm kind of glad I never invested my coin. I don't own anything of his in my house, and I'm so very happy about that. But the next person I also feel like that just kind of stunk up the MUA community is, of course, our boy James Charles. And I hate to do this. I hate to make videos like this because honestly, I rather turn a blind eye to people's personal life because I don't like people to judge and they don't know things. And I know I don't know all the details and I don't know, you know, for a fact what is going on, but what I can say is any kind of controversy concerning the makeup community is not good because you're less likely to trust the new people that are coming up in this game. You're less likely to honestly give them a try without trying to beat them down first. And that's even something I've experienced. I've already gotten very mean, rude comments made to me on other platforms. And it's disheartening to be like, okay, I've just been called the N-word, but let me go ahead and make a video like that didn't just happen to me. I've had a lot of, you know, unfortunate comments made to me, and I have to get up and put a face on every day and say I'm going to still continue doing what I love and what I feel that is working for me and that makes me happy. So to know that I know I'm not the only one that gets mean comments, being, you know, called names, and we don't get any kind of appreciation, but then we have people like Jeffree Stars and James Charles who's acting a mess and they can still get clout over it. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. I honestly feel like this generation's a little in the head, a little messed up, because back in the early 2000s, we couldn't have heard no drama about someone we just was invested in and stay loyal to them. We would have cut them off. It's, you know, erase, cancel, all that. We would have just not had that happening, where now it's more acceptable. And I just feel like we have to make a change in the beauty community. We need the change to happen. We need the narrative to stop with all the drama. We need people to understand, like, at the end of the day, like, there's new people and you don't have to invest your life into one person. There's new people coming up every day. If you just let the doors open up for them, we will be here consistently serving, if not better, serving, you know, looks and really getting into our groove. That's kind of all I really have to say about that situation. But I'm gonna move on to other makeup artists that I personally feel that are just fading out of the beauty community, and people don't want to kind of let it go. Like, let what they started go and move on. And I don't feel that some MUAs are, I don't want to say the word deserving because I can't say that, and I would be a fool to say that. They are all deserving of what they accomplished, what they have grown on their platform, their community that they started. And I get that this is a hustle, okay? This is not for the weak. But I also feel like when they stop giving what they used to give, it's time to let go. I'm going to start off with, and I know I'm going to cause some problems with our Auntie Jackie. Unfortunately, with, you know, Auntie Jackie, I just feel like we're not getting the Jackie that we used to get. And I am a real follower of Jackie. Not so much now, just because I can't learn anything from her. And I definitely leaned on our Auntie Jackie when it came to finding out my shades, you know, learning how to apply makeup. Like, I am not gonna sit here and shade this woman under any circumstances. Will I ever do that? I'm not here to do that, so I'm gonna make that very clear. But I just feel like what she's been giving us lately is not the same Jackie that we started off with. Everything is really about materialistic things, and that's fine. I'm not here to shade that. Do you, Miss Jackie? I'm not here to shade you, but it's just not the beauty community. That's just things. That's not teaching anyone anything anymore. And I feel that because of the community and they're not really worried about makeup as much, it's making her have to reach other areas to stay relevant. Ugh, I don't want to say relevant, but that's just kind of how I feel. Like, in order for her to maintain what she started, she has to now do other things, like talking about perfume, talking about how cleanly she is. Like, I know these things because I actually watch her. I'm not just saying it. I watch her, I see what she's doing, and I just feel like she's totally veered off of makeup. And she now even has her candle line, and I feel like her candles are probably amazing. I personally haven't purchased any, but I feel like that has nothing to do with makeup community. So are you ready to just leave us, Auntie Jackie, and let your baby sis come on in? Because I'm here for that. And secondly, I feel like if that's what she wants to do, she should be able to do that, and people support her the same way they supported her in the beginning with her makeup line, or her when she started doing makeup for everyone and really showing off her craft. And I feel like she has to play both sides of the fence. I don't know, and this is me just speculating what I think is going on, because she's just not giving the same quality of tutorials or reviewing stuff. It's just kind of like, I'm gonna do this, get it over with, and get back to the other stuff I'm working on. The last video I saw her make was her frenemies, which I watched it to the very end because, honey, that was touching in places I needed it to. So Auntie Jackie, I am not here to shade you, ma'am, I swear. I'm just, from a perspective of a fan, I do see the change, and I feel like we are all seeing it change. We don't want it to, and we're holding on to these OG makeup artists, and I feel like it's just time to let them go and let other people in, and let them continue doing what they love, and we support them without them feeling like they have to continue trying to do makeup, when I personally feel like some of them are just over it. They've done it all, they've seen it all, they're still loving it, but not to the capacity where they're investing the way that they used to. Ella Reese, or Ella, let me not mess her name up and then have the audacity to say anything about her. Sorry. First of all, Jackie and Ella Reese and Meg's Love, I forget her name, but Meg's. If you guys following all of the black ladies that was coming up in the 2017, when it was really hype and it was really everything you wanted, I was following all of them, and that's what inspired me to start my journey, because I was really inspired, and I learned a lot. Clearly your girl was learning so much at that time. But Miss Ella Reese, I just feel like you're gone. Like, I don't even feel like you're here, you're even trying to participate in this beauty community. I just feel like she's gone. She's moving it over to her daughter. She wants it to focus on her, and I'm here for that, because who wouldn't want to? Everyone is doing it. It's no tea, no shade to anybody. But I just feel like the makeup artists that we grew up watching, and not even that we grew up with, but the ones we trust, I should say, the ones that we trust in the early 2000s, I felt like, where are they now? You know, I kind of feel like, what are they up to? What is going on? And for those who I am keeping tabs on still, it's just like, y'all not really wanting to do this no more. And I feel like it's okay to let them move on and do other adventures, but when are they gonna just either start mentoring others, putting people in the position to kind of like, hey, I'm gonna be attached, but I'm not attached to this person, but I'm gonna help bring up some new artists that are just as good. I will even touch on this subject just a bit more, because it personally offends me when I see other makeup artists who are pretty much out of the game, and they won't even give enough clout to the next one coming up, or give a shout out, or really pay attention to who their fans are and how their fans have developed just based on watching them. So I don't know, I probably shouldn't say this, but this is just my feelings, this is my truth. I'm being totally transparent here, but that's just kind of how I feel. And I feel like, when are we going to have our day? I'm not looking for a handout by any means. I love what I'm doing. I love the road that I'm on, because I know when I get where I'm going, I can genuinely look back and say, no one helped me. I would have loved the advice. I would have loved some guidance. I would have loved a mentor even right now, but because people are still having to hustle and bustle their own butts off to maintain the life that they have got, You know, we're probably never gonna get that help. As small MUA, small makeup artists out there, we're probably never gonna get that help, so stop looking for it, because I felt like I only had one person, and I love her dearly, always and forever, and that's Megs, because I think it was 2018, I reached out to her and I was like, I just need some help. Girl, please help me with my page. And I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, she's a real one. She may be too busy now, but she was a real one, and she reached out to me and she gave me a detailed list, thorough list of how to improve my page, because I was titling my videos wrong. I was using terrible thumbnails, if any, at that time. I just needed a lot of help. I needed a lot of help. And if I stayed to it and I didn't like break away, because honestly, even though I asked for the, you know, the input, I also got very discouraged because I didn't have a lot of equipment. Like, I was using a webcam when I started. I was using natural lighting, and one thing Megs had told me was, you know, we can't see the details in your eyeshadow. It looks good, but we don't know what we're looking at. Get better lighting, get a better camera. So there was so much that at that time I just couldn't afford, and I couldn't do it, and I just felt overwhelmed, and so I backed off, and I told myself I'll come back when I'm fully ready, which I'm glad I gave myself time to grow and learn more. I have personally tried to reach out to Jackie back in like 2017, so I'm not saying anything relevant, and I'm sure her plate was full, so I'm not coming for her. But it was just, it meant a lot because Jackie, Ella Reese, and Megs, they were all big like YouTubers, okay? Like, you were not touching them. And for, you know, for Megs to reach out, it meant a lot. Like, I can't even front. I learned so much understanding of what the algorithm is and what they're looking for and what you need to do to make sure that you're titling your videos right. Like, she taught me the game, okay? Way before the game was even being taught out here in these streets. But I reached out to Miss Jackie, and I never, for years to this day, I've never got a response back from her. And I feel like the reason why some MUAs don't grow as much is because they're genuinely not trying to connect with their audience. And if they are connecting with their audience, it's only on a surface basis. It's basically to help them get content, and it's not really to say, okay, I'll answer you, or I will respond to your question. And I'm not saying that's easy. I'm not saying that everyone should be doing that, because yeah, it can get overwhelming. Like, I have my social media and it can get overwhelming, and my numbers are small, but it gets overwhelming. But I at least try to make sure I read all my messages and respond to people that are responding to me. Like a prime example, when I dropped my breast reduction video, I had so many women reaching out to me, and I just couldn't believe. I was genuinely overwhelmed with how many people wanted to connect and talk to me, find out doctors, find out what they can and cannot do. To me, that was everything, and I was of course willing to share this information, even if I had to copy and paste the information because I kept getting the same questions. That is, you know, doable. You know, if you just make a little copy and paste of questions that you're frequently getting from your audience, I feel like, why not respond? But I digress. That's just my feelings. And I just personally feel like, because of the makeup community and they only want a certain amount or a certain type of looks these days, like, I feel like either you have to be extremely light-skinned, extremely dark-skinned, God forbid you're an in-between person like myself. I feel like we get glazed over or something, or I don't know, like, I can't really call it, but it just feels like I don't look unique enough and I don't look special enough to be like, yes, I believe in you. As a company, we see your potential. Like, they don't want to see your potential, they just want you to be great overnight. And it's like, that's not how the world works, and your company didn't work that way, so why should I have to force myself to if you feel what I'm saying, like, you know, I want to reiterate, like, I'm not here to bash anybody that I brought up in this conversation with you. It's just that I feel like it's not said. I feel like we see it, but we're not saying anything. And I bring up those two ladies because I didn't grow up watching them. I'm not that young, but I basically learned everything I learned from them, and all of a sudden, like, they're not really here on the platform with us. Notice these things, and I feel like it's never said, and we hold on to makeup artists, and of course it's like we bonded with them, myself included. Like, I definitely felt very relatable to Miss Jackie since both of us are Leos, and we're very close in birthdays. So her birthday is August 4th and mine is August 8th. We're very close in age. We come from a big family. So like, I really felt Miss Jackie when she came on and she was like, I'm, you know, black, I'm proud, and I don't care who knows about it. Like, I'm totally here for that. Miss Eloise, I just, you know, she taught me how to really like line my lips. She really gave me more details, and I wasn't just fixated on her as just like a person, but more just the makeup end of it. And the same thing with Miss Jackie. I don't know, it was just a different with her. It was just like I bonded with her for a different reason, and just like Miss Ella, Miss Megs, like all of them, I bonded with them for different reasons, which I absolutely love that. But when it comes to the beauty community, I feel like you have to be this elite picked person, and I just feel like I'm not gonna ever be that person. Like, if I am in competition in any shape, way, or form, I'm not that girl. Don't be in competition with me. I'm in my own lane, and I know it. I know who I am, and I'm okay with that. So I'm okay with the fact that sometimes we just don't get appreciation as we should, as small makeup artists on YouTube that are still pushing out content. You guys keep going. You know, I know we are all low-key getting discouraged, and we just be like falling off, but we can't do that. We can't let, you know, YouTube, you know, and I feel like that's kind of what it is. Like, YouTube want to only push out people that they have basically have a relationship with. If you don't have a relationship with YouTube, they are not pushing your content. And I can't wait till I get over my threshold, and I can like really start reaching more people, because I feel like we are not talked about enough. We are being harassed and, you know, name called, and we have to get up every day and have a smile on our face and still record these videos. So if you again are a small makeup artist on YouTube, don't give up, guys. Keep going. We're gonna get there. We're gonna laugh our way to the top, because we're gonna have to laugh at all the things we went through to get where we're going. So that's just kind of like my opinion. I'm just gonna wrap this video up with you guys. I didn't want to take this much time, but it is what it is. I got it off my chest. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. And if, again, guys, you love this video and you want to see more content like this, go ahead, click subscribe, comment below, thumbs up, thumbs down if you enjoyed this video, if you felt that I was telling my truth or the truth about what's going on with YouTube, the makeup community, and just in general.